we're gonna like tell your listeners a little bit of the secret sauce. So like,
have you lost like over like 100 pounds?
Seeing you there, everyone motivates me.
Yeah.
So just like you're surrounded by a wonderful community,
positive people. Was there like a moment where like everything just like clicked?
Those first couple of months when I was there were times where I would sit in the parking lot for like 2 hours, just trying to hype myself up. It's
so interesting.
Yeah, and there were times where you're playing the game with yourself, like, okay, what is going to be the easiest way for me to get into the gym? Do I dress at home?
Would you like say that like playing at Carnegie Hall was like my dream come true?
This is the best place on earth. So it's like super. I was super fortunate to play there.
How long like do you actually practice like every day?
Minimum 8 hours. When there's a concert around the corner, between 12 and 15.
Give me a...
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss. If you guys know it must mean that you're not subscribed to the channel, so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts in the video. Follow me on every platform, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through by Jared Weiss. All links to purchase it on my website, which is jaredbryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEISS.com. Buy the book, support me, and make sure to check out all those shirts in there as well. Every shirt has been designed by me. Every shirt is made of 100% organic cotton. So getting the support at all as a most thing would be very greatly appreciated. So for today's episode, like I'm actually being joined by one of my good gym friends, and like happens to be like an incredibly talented and like an incredibly humble person. So like chances are like I'm actually gonna have to be bragging for him in this episode. So like happens to be like an incredible piano player, and like he also has like an incredible health story and like weight loss journey as well. So like without further ado, like I'd like to welcome to the channel Ludovic Zamor. Say what's up to the channel.
Hi, Jared. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So like, would you mind like introducing yourself and like telling my listeners like a little bit more like about like who you are and like what you do, and like from there I want to dive like deeper like into like some of these music topics, and then like I'm going to talk about like, your whole like weight loss journey as well, and like we're definitely gonna help like inspire like a lot of people out there today.
Oh, of course.
So what do you think?
So first off, thank you for having me. You have a wonderful home. It's just like, it's funny enough, we live so close to each other.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like
so
we're
crazy.
5 minutes away from another. Yeah, I guess we go to the same club, so it makes sense.
Right, true.
So my
Lifetime Fitness, shout out.
Yeah,
shout
Lifetime Syosset, the best place on earth.
Exactly.
On the best island on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my name is Ludovic Zamor. I'm a concert pianist.
I pronounced it wrong.
Ludovic?
Ludovic?
Yeah.
Wait, like,
well, everyone pronounces it differently.
I'm calling you Ludovic for this whole time.
Well, it's Long Island. Everyone has been calling me Ludovic. Like,
really?
I've had teachers like
Ludovic. It's not just me?
Yeah, it's everyone.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm a concert pianist based on New York, and just, I guess, fellow community member.
Awesome. My first question like I have for you is like, so like how long like have you been playing piano for? And then like branching off that, like what actually got you started, and then like what's actually kept you going like for all these like years, like where so many other people like probably would have like given up like at this point. So was it actually some type of like intrinsic motivation, like on the other hand like could have been like your parents pushing you, like a teacher like pushing you, and then like did like develop like deeper, so like yeah.
So I started the piano at 3 years old. My parents were my first teachers.
Wow.
My dad was my first teacher, and I was performing since I was 7. So
where'd you started performing at?
Oh, just like small libraries, and I eventually like leveled up to theaters and concert halls. But
what age like what age like did you start playing at like concert halls?
At 7 years old.
Wow.
I was very fortunate to have like wonderful teachers.
That's amazing.
They were motivational and they kept on pushing me, so I was very lucky.
based on that, has been more about intrinsic intrinsic motivation, on the hand, has ever been a chip on your shoulder, prove people wrong, so for instance, with me, as I'm a lifelong athlete, so initially my dad got me into playing sports, but then over the years, I also started to experience extrinsic motivation, to prove people wrong, every time I got doubted, and then I always got pushed to work harder, but then having said that, I also constantly had to keep on looking back and reminding myself the reason I actually started him, and definitely can be useful to have doubters willing to prove them wrong, but having said that, it's definitely ultra important to have some intrinsic motivation, purpose pulling you towards that thing. So has there been any of that for you, as MA and piano player?
At first it was definitely external. I had my parents pushing me, my teachers pushing me, and it didn't really click and become intrinsic until I was around 22.
Really?
Yeah. So
how old are you now?
I'm 30. Yeah, I know I look younger than
yeah, you do.
Yeah, well, I'm a baby face, so.
Yeah.
At first, it was completely external. Your parents are always forcing you, and I kind of related to athleticism. I imagine Steph Curry and Kobe, they had their parents always pushing them. So, until they became professionals themselves, did they actually have that internal motivation and that drive?
Right.
So, even for me, I was still performing in, big halls even before I was 22, and only after did I start really pushing myself, and then didn't really need anyone to push me.
Interesting. Who are some of your biggest inspirations? Doesn't have to be musicians. Could be any masters in any craft.
Ooh. Well, off the top of my head, and you'll definitely relate to this, is definitely Kobe Bryant.
Love it.
Yeah, he has a Mamba mentality. Yeah, and he actually personifies everything you need to do in terms of being a professional, and that could be applied to any field that you're in.
Right.
So for me, there's music, and I could take his same Mamba mentality and apply it to myself. Exactly. And you have Jordan, and just like how you said, you have the doubters,
Right.
And I have my own, I guess, musical inspirations. He's not a well-known, well, granted, in classical piano, there's only a few people that are really well-known today, but one of my grandmasters, he's long past now, but his name was Maestro Abraham Sternklar, and he was my professional inspiration.
Really?
So he went on tour with Glenn Gould back in the day and everything.
So have you actually spoken to this guy, and has he actually taught you firsthand?
Yeah, so he was my mentor for
really?
years. Yeah, and I would visit him twice a week for hours on end.
How did you get connected to him?
Funny enough,
your dad,
or funny enough, he heard me play when I was 8 years old.
Really?
And then he was like, "Oh, let me keep an eye on him." Not in a perverted way,
yeah.
but just when he's ready.
Be careful,
yeah.
Anything like that.
Exactly, but he said when he's ready, when he's an adult, I want to work with him.
Really?
And he took me as a mentor when I was he became my mentor.
How long ago did he pass, you said?
He passed in 2021.
Right.
With COVID.
Wow, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, he lived a beautiful life. He was
how old
in
was
his
he
90s.
when he passed?
He was well into his 90s. Yeah, but he was spry and energetic, so he was had complete faculties, and yeah.
That's awesome. So did he inspire and help you as far as work ethic goes, and understanding what's actually required in order to be a top level concert pianist?
He was, I would say, all encompassing. He helped me hone technique, and then he also taught me work ethic and what it means to be professional. Like really like drove home, you're not just playing the piano. It's like you're also
an art form, or
also that, and you're also like kind of like a civil servant. Like, not just like on a bare bones, like people are taking this as a night out and but you owe the audience a duty. You have a responsibility towards them, so you have to be as serious as a professional as possible.
Right. I like that. Well, like, so like, some of that like reminds me, like, so like, I'm not sure like who actually said it, like we could have been like Michael Jordan, like we could have been like Kobe, like, so like one of these guys like once like said something like someone like came to the like marina like tonight, like I'm hoping it's like see me play like so like I don't want like let that like person like down like a bad in performance, something like that. So like part of that like actually ties in like having some like extrinsic like motivation too, and like it comes so like obviously who's like reason like why like all the greats like actually become like the greats reason for like trying to like purpose and like having like whole like mission like behind like everything like they're doing, but then like another piece that like it should be like having some like motivation like coming from like the fans, like it could be like coming from like your parents, like so like another piece of like and extrinsic like motivations like it like doesn't like only to be like coming from like haters and like doubters, and like because be like wanting to like prove like all of your supporters right or something like that.
Exactly. I think that was Kobe, and he said that with
it was
Patrick.
Kobe?
Yeah, he said that on stage with like Patrick Bet-David in a conference, and he said that he owes like these tickets cost money.
Right.
These people are coming out, so you kind of owe them like a performance. Hence why even if he's not feeling 100% or he's like feeling a little bit ill, he's still gonna go out there. Mm-hmm. So like that's the same lesson that the Grandmaster taught me. Like kind of like. Some people look at it as arts and culture. Some people look at it as a night out. But at the end of the day, you're a professional and you owe a duty to them. So whether it is, giving them the art form that's from 200 years ago, or they're looking at it as just like a break from society, a break from their everyday lives, work, they just kind of want to go out and just have a good show. They want to connect,
Right. That's awesome. Next question like to like branching off of this like so like how long like do you actually practice like every day, and then like branching off from that like so like have you ever experienced like type of like diminishing like returns like as far as like practicing like too much and like overdoing it, like one more question like I'm on top of like all this like so like, another question like I want like intertwine like in here like so like how do you actually manage like it's like my whole like main focus on like practicing, especially like when it comes like to like today's world, like well it's like distractions like so like how long do you practice for, and then like how do you actually hold like your focus, and then and like after that like have you like noticed like any type of like diminishing like returns like from like practicing too much? One by one. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Sorry about that.
No, I retained it all.
My mind was like,
no, don't worry. I retained it all. So we're gonna like tell your listeners a little bit of the secret sauce. So like all professionals, not just in music, but like athletes, especially at the top levels, they want to come off as like God's gift.
Right.
So they don't really brag about how much they're training, how much they're practicing, how much they're rehearsing, because you're supposed to seem, as a professional, you're supposed to make it look graceful. you're supposed to make it seem like it's all just coming out of you and you're just a natural. So in music terms, you know, people think it's a lot of people come out the womb just able to play like, you know, a scrap in fantasy, but in reality that's very seldom. That's very rare. Like,
does it like ever like happen that way? Like,
yeah, there are a couple like freaks of natures, like Mozart. He was one of the freaks of nature, but besides that, it's all hard work. But we just don't talk about it. Right. You know, it's like they don't talk about the not so glamorous practicing on ends. So it's just
middle
easier.
Of the journey.
Exactly, like the same way with like Kobe or LeBron. I will actually, those guys might be outliers because Kobe actually does tell people how much he practices. But
LeBron has definitely started to though, recently. I've definitely seen him actually start talk a lot more recently about like his like work ethic, like his mindset. Like for the past 2 years, I could definitely see like more of like an evolution, like like as far as like his like overall like work ethic and like talking about it too.
I think LeBron does that too because like he's also showing like, hey, I'm that much different because look at my age and I'm still doing this. So it's kind of like he's bragging on that aspect.
Right.
But like on a most part, I think most professionals, they don't really show the secret sauce.
Right.
Like it's
why is that?
From a
you want to make it like seem like more fluid and like natural, like
that, and also like as you stand on a stage and as you're performing, whether you're standing on a stage or as you're on a court or a field, you know, you're supposed to be a 1%er. You're supposed to be like this built different. So that built different mentality doesn't really come or is not really synonymous with work ethic. It's like you're supposed to try and
built
be like
different, like
exactly like, oh, I was just blessed with these genes.
Right.
I came out the womb, you know, just going full Bugs Bunny.
Right.
But yeah, so like most professionals in my day and age, they like just dodge the question and then it's funny enough. But to answer truthfully, minimum 8 hours. So you have to treat it like a job. You have to treat it like a job. It's like a full-time job.
Right.
When there's a concert around the corner, between 12 and 15.
That's crazy.
So Franz Liszt himself, like, you know, the music that I play, he was practicing 15 hours a day. And he got that mentality after he heard Paganini, which was like the best violinist of all time. And he said that he practiced
15 hours a day?
Exactly. So you wake up, practice, you eat for an hour, go back to sleep. So it's just like, but that was the work ethic that was needed. He heard that Paganini was doing that, and he's like, oh, that's where the line is.
Wow.
That's what you have to do in order to seem inhuman. And
so like, how does like the whole like 10,000 hours like rule like when it comes like it's like mastering anything? So like has that like come into like play like when it comes to being like an elite concert like pianist? 10,000 hours like
so
is like accurate like or is it like depend on like each story probably.
I'm gonna jump around in your questions for a
gotcha.
Second. Of course. So to answer that first, yes, it takes those like, you know, quote unquote 10,000 hours, but that's just for like self mastery. But when you stand on stage, it takes something completely different. So like if you don't know something, like I like to use the word like 400%, you have to know it like 4 times perfect, because when you're on stage, something is going to go wrong. So you have to know beyond perfect. So when you're actually on stage, it just comes off as fluid. But coming back to that question about law of diminishing returns, most definitely exists.
Yeah,
it's like
getting hurt.
Oh yeah, just sick. Breaking a nail or something. That sounds super manly, right? But there is a point where you could practice so much, and I've definitely hit those lines back in the day. Like I used to have like almost like a toxic level of practice.
I was the same way.
And you understand it catches up with you. You have to like learn about sustainability, and you have to hold
your body.
Yeah, hold yourself back. So like I used to have like
type A
exactly
personalities. That's what it's like for I'm I'm having like a type A personality. I'm having like an incredibly strong work ethic. Could honestly be a blessing, but there's definitely a side of it that like could like turn into like a curse like at times too.
Oh, exactly. It's like type A is like, wake up, or I'm gonna wake up every day at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then finish the whole practice menu.
That.
Oh yeah, I would do that. And wake up at 5.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, wake up at 5, do the whole practice menu, and then you're like, guess what? It's 3 a.m. And then go to sleep. Wake up at 5. Sleep for 2 hours, but you do that.
It's not healthy, though.
Yeah, exactly. Or, sometimes you don't even finish the practice menu, so you pull an all-nighter, and then you stay up for 2 days.
Been there, done that.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And then your body falls apart, hence law of diminishing returns. The more you're putting into it, and then after a certain point, you're just going to fall apart.
Right. Has, anything that, ever happened to you, practicing, for, 15 hours, a day?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, especially before a concert, I try to be a little more balanced these days. There's an attempt.
Same here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of intentionality behind it, but
it's good. You need that.
Yeah, you have to. You have to have some sort of balance. You have to get up. You can't just sit on a stool all day. But
right.
Practice for 15 hours. Pet the cat. Make sure he doesn't become evil. Go outside. It's garden. You have to balance a lot of things. But now I'm trying my best to not burn myself out. Now I'm not trying to just go to sleep at the same time. If I don't finish the practice menu, don't let it become the end of the world. Just go to sleep and then try and...
Smart.
Yeah.
So, have you actually, add in, other types of, non-negotiable habits I can really have a healthy balance as a way of holding yourself back, but adding in other healthy habits something like meditation or gym obviously but I'm trying to think so can have you add in non-negotiable habits that actually designed to pull you back a little bit.
I do definitely add things the gym is completely separate.
Yeah.
But I picked up gardening. Not so much in the winter months, but you saw that I'm trying to grow tomatoes.
You're good at it, though.
Yeah, Jeffrey, right?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's also one of the lifetime members.
Do I know him?
You definitely see him by face, but the kindest guy of all time. But he has a full on just a crop in his backyard, a whole entire farm, and his tomatoes are like this, and then mine are just little.
Wow.
But I try to garden. I try to do a little bit trimming my own plants, but especially during the spring and summer, I was trying to do maybe an hour and a half every single day, just put on an audiobook in the background or something, or, whether it's a podcast, but just have that playing in the background as I'm trying to garden. And that was a good amount of balance.
Right. So has adding something also incorporates nature, it's just gardening. So has that actually helped to improve your focus and mental state when it comes to piano playing.
If there is a game,
or on the other hand, instead of that, it's just something takes your mind off piano playing for a few hours, something like that.
I think it's definitely just a release and a break off of it for a little bit. There probably is, and it probably takes a different type of person to relate nature and music, and that definitely exists somewhere. But for me, personally, it's just a nice break and just also being productive. Also,
right.
It's not just growing crops and trying to grow vegetables. I'm also trimming and cutting down trees and stuff. But I'm trying to do stuff to take my mind off things a little bit.
Are you familiar with Mr. Miyagi, like
oh, the bonsai trees and everything.
Like the whole cranking, like bonsai tree and like customizing like your whole life, like similar to how like bonsai tree like artist like works. Like I'm curious, like so like have you like ever like thought about like where there's like an artist like so like as like my piano player, like so have you ever like thought about like the whole like metaphor like as far as like playing songs because actually the same like tune that like you actually live your life by, like or on the other hand like have you ever taken that like into like gardening?
Master Miyagi is hilarious. It really took me back to the Karate Kid.
Yeah. I love those movies though.
Yeah, like
Cobra Kai also.
Oh, I've only watched a couple episodes of Cobra Kai.
You have to finish it.
I don't have Netflix anymore.
But it's so good.
Master Miyagi, he was like, I think, the perfect example of like, you know, he has his passion, which is like the martial arts, and then he also has those like
side quests.
Yeah, side quests that just take him off things, and he kind of applies like, you know, the wax on, wax off, and then he also applies to the martial arts. For me, it was just purely just, you know, just take your mind off things a little bit. Like if you're going to go sick, you're going to go crazy if you're just like, you know, sitting at the piano hunchback all day. Yeah. So it is like, you know, touch nature, go like, you know, quite literally touch grass, you know, don't be a recluse all day.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, how are you like able like so like stay like focused like for like such like long like periods of time, and then like branch off that like so like have you ever actually like messed up in front of like all those people like during like, a concert, and then like how did you like handle that?
Oh yeah. Well, how do I stay focused? And well, my mind does wander off in practice. Like everyone's mind wanders. Can't do anything about it. Especially in the early practice when you're just learning the notes and trying to be intentional and you're trying to do research, you know, that just takes complete focus. But when you're in like the rehearsal stage and you have to like let a passage become automatic, my mind wanders all the time, and if anything, you kind of want it to wander. Why? Because you want muscle memory. You want your body to be able to just
do it on its own.
Exactly. So like, even like sometimes I might have a passage or an arpeggio that I have to rehearse with one hand or something. I could put like a nature documentary on an iPad and put it on mute.
Play?
Yeah, well, it has to be automatic, and an arpeggio I have to play like say 1,000 times or something. I'm going to put in the practice menu. Just imagine just a run or something. And I'm going to say to myself, okay, I'm going to play this 1,000 times, or I'm going to play this for 3 hours straight. And then in the process of doing so, it's automatic, and then I could just let my mind wander. That focus,
so like it has to be like, so like intense during that, right?
During those moments, you're not even focusing because the hand is just moving by itself. You're on autopilot.
That's unbelievable.
So, well, you get used to it. It's like driving and listening to a podcast at the same time. You know, like it becomes a part of you. Mm-hmm. So as far as super goofs on stage, yeah, everyone does it. And how to handle it?
How do you how do you come back from that? How do you come back from that? And how do you actually keep on playing? After making a tiny mistake with this grand piece.
So I like to think of it. Well, giving you another athletics.
I love it.
I'm trying to make connections.
You're speaking my language.
Exactly. I think of it like I heard about this once. Like the tennis stars, the greatest tennis stars, like Nadal and Federer and all that stuff. When they're winning, they're not, doing like blowout wins. It's never like a soccer match like 37-0 or something like that. It's not like Brazil versus some random country that no one's ever heard of. It's never that. It's like they're always winning by small margins. They're always winning by 1 or 3 points. And in order to do that, and in order to ultimately get the win in the end, you're going to make mistakes. Your opponent is going to score a point off of you, but the game is not letting those losses and those mishaps stick with you, and then you're just tumbling down the hill.
Right.
So you're just supposed to, like, you make a mistake, just move on and recover as quickly as possible. So when I'm standing on stage and I inevitably make a mistake, you're always gonna make a mistake. It
happens all the time.
Well, the game is trying to make it like seem so graceful,
right.
or pick up so quickly that the audience doesn't know. Especially when you're playing like rare esoteric music from 200 years ago.
Right.
No one knows. So it's just like, unless you're playing to pure connoisseurs, like my teacher's going to know, the critics are going to know, but the random audience member, they don't know Brahms. Like, I barely know Brahms. So it's just like, so sometimes when you make a mistake, unless you like pick your hands up and then it's like do that, they're never gonna know. So the game is to
not actually. So like part of like actually like coming back like after like making like a mistake, like actually comes down to like not actually like hyperfixing on it, like yourself, right?
Exactly. It's like I heard something that really applies to this. It's when you're practicing and you're doing the rehearsals, you're supposed to be super duper serious. And then when you have the shows and the concerts, you're supposed to be a little bit, just easygoing. Like most people take it the opposite way. Like where they think, oh, practice is just, easygoing.
Right.
And then the concert's super duper serious and then they're strict. But flip it, and then after that, you have a better chance of success. If you take your practice really, really seriously and then treat the show like just easygoing, things are going to go a lot better.
That's interesting. So like actually must be like really powerful like perspective, and like my constantly I'm totally like imagine like Steph Curry, obviously like every single like game, like so he's totally locked in, like his eyes like always like locked in, like on the hoop, and like every shot like is like focused like obviously like fully there, but like himself like during like all of, like his games, like it's also like my probably like is like celebrating like all that stuff, but like during practice like is actually probably like more like more like serious and like more locked in than Masu's like his games like come around like everything's just like flowing like easily, and like he doesn't have to like be like as like serious like about it, like so he's actually able to like take a step back and like celebrate like all like his makes, and like he's able to like turn around and like he's able to like add like fun stuff, like because of like how like serious like he's during during practice. So like it's definitely an interesting perspective. So like next though, so like I want to hear what is it like been like playing at like Carnegie Hall, like so like would you like say that like playing at Carnegie Hall was like my dream come true, and then playing in front of like all these like big time like people, and like playing at like famous like venue. So like did you get like nervous at all, like and like if so, like how did you like calm down like your nerves, like going there and like because everything's just like so like second nature, like so like you didn't even like have to like be like nervous at all, like because of like how much like practice like has like gone into it.
So well, Carnegie is, everyone that works there, the staff, everyone that runs it, they're super duper kind. It's the best place on earth. So it's like super. I was super fortunate to play there.
How many times like have you played there now?
Public shows twice. Wow. There are private shows and stuff, but public open to like tickets on sale to like everyone twice. Wow. But this past time in December was my first ever like solo like headline there, so there was no one else. It was just me beginning to end. So I could couple this with something else. Like when I was a lot younger, in my early 20s, I was like faced with the question of if I ever felt imposter syndrome. And the way I would answer, and like, you know, how I genuinely felt at the time was like, especially when you're practicing so much, you know, you're dedicating your whole entire life towards something, you don't really get the sense of imposter syndrome because you feel like the work has been put in. Yeah, the work has been put in, so it's like, yeah, I kind of deserve this. Like,
right.
Well, it's not, but you know, life happens, things out of your control happens, like COVID and lockdowns, and my job literally became illegal and immoral. So it kind of felt like, ooh, the world, you know, just pulls the rug from underneath you. So to come back I felt like a great sense of gratitude. You know, like it was like I was just super duper lucky to be outperforming again, that there are audiences again, and no one is like really fearful.
Right.
So that's how it felt overall. To feel nervous on stage, everyone feels like, you know, a little bit of nervousness, like you're supposed to.
Butterflies.
Like, yeah, you're supposed to. Like, if you don't feel anything, something might be wrong.
Must be like an alien, like not feeling anything at all.
Yeah, if you don't feel anything, I would kind of be concerned.
Care, probably.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be playing for an audience.
Right.
The audience deserves someone that cares. You have to be vulnerable. You're supposed to put yourself in a vulnerable position. But for myself, what's a good way of saying this? I rehearsed to the point where even though you do feel those butterflies, there is a way to transition that energy to not make
How do you do that?
To put it into words is very difficult.
What's the secret?
Yeah, well, you gotta put yourself in the zone.
I need this.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself in the zone a little bit, especially as a performer, especially as an athlete. As long as you're putting yourself in front of strangers, and whether it's like, you know, you're showing off an art form, or you're showing off, you know, the upper limits of human potential in the form of athleticism, you're going to feel those butterflies, and you're supposed to somehow I have a tough time trying to
transmute it, like
yeah,
it's like excitement, like so I've actually heard like certain like psychologists like I actually talk about like how like the emotion like fear like is actually extremely similar like to like the emotion like excitement. So like so every time like you have like a huge like performance like coming up, like if you're able like to like reframe like the emotion like fear like and then like tell yourself like I'm actually just like super like excited for this. Like, if you're like able to do that, having that like fear like isn't gonna like hold like as much like power over you. What do you think of that?
I think what you're describing, and I completely agree. It's like you get like especially when you have the adrenaline, you have that nervous energy, you have the fight, flight, a flee response,
right?
Or the fight, flight, and then freeze response. Mm-hmm. And most people's inclination or tendency is to either freeze or flee. And then as a performer, your job is to take that nervous energy and turn it into fight. And then, you know, like, let's go energy, you know.
Right.
Like, so I think that is what us performers and athletes are doing.
Right. And then also like something else like my also like one like add on to this like one of my like favorite like quotes and like pieces of advice like I actually ever heard like has been like to feel the fear and like do it anyway.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's like that. And if you want to add an external aspect to it, like, remember, you have an audience. You have people that worked, you know, 6 days out of the week, and then this is their only time outside. This is their only, you know, day off, or this is their time that they're trying to learn something. And you kind of, it's more than you. It's to the culture, it's to society, it's to your community. And take yourself outside the equation, and you own a duty to them. So if you have that, in mind, yeah, turn off your feelings and do it anyway, even though you feel a little bit scared, even though you might be a little bit unprepared. It's bigger than you.
Can you actually think of times examples where I'm having an extreme stage fright almost paralyzed you and how did you actually overcome that and play through it?
Well, granted, I've been performing for as long as I can remember.
Right,
it's I think a lot of people when they meet me, they think, oh, this guy's very, very easygoing, very calm, and I am a calm person. Yeah. But also my nerves have been kind of killed to the point I have nerves of steel where it takes a very, very high threshold in order to excite me. And granted, you're performing since you're 7 years old. It's kind of the fight or flight response has kind of been, muted. I imagine the same way with Alex Honnold, the guy who climbed Taipei.
I saw that.
Yeah, he was describing something very similar. For him,
how did he climb this?
Oh, practice. But the same way how
had someone even practice before that.
Yeah, it's it's a hard thing to practice. Any mistake means
it means fall off and
I believe he practices with ropes and everything too. But his threshold for what excites him is so high, so it's kind of a similar thing with me. But if there have been times where either the music has been kind of unprepared, I think I really take myself back to those moments of you owe something to an audience. It's very, very seldom. Here's another way of looking at it. I'm a soloist,
right,
and so the concert's all me. But for other musicians, sometimes they're playing with a whole entire orchestra, or sometimes they have a residency, and their program changes every month. So meaning they get a whole fresh set of music. Yeah, they may have learned it in the past or in their education, but it might be hey, this month you're going to be playing, the Beethoven Symphony No. 9. Next month you're going to be playing the 7. And no matter what happens, you're going to have to go stand up on stage. So you gotta make it work, even if you don't know. you gotta make it happen.
Really?
It's even if you can't walk. Is this so?
You
go
have
up
to
there.
do it.
Yeah, that's what it means to be
no
professional.
Choice at that point. Right,
that's what it means to be professional. Even if you don't feel like doing things. Just like working out.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to your whole super impressive weight loss journey. If I'm not mistaken, have you lost over 100 pounds?
I'm just a normal guy, but yeah.
I'll brag for you.
Nah, I can never brag about myself.
I know you can.
Yeah,
I'm the same way, though, to an extent. I'm yeah.
In total,
I have to brag for you, though.
I'll just leave. But in total, I lost, I believe, 111 pounds.
That's amazing.
Well, I was blessed to have a great community, supporters, and even without you saying it or me talking to you about it, seeing you there, everyone motivates me.
Yeah.
So just you're surrounded by a wonderful community,
positive people,
incredible facilities. Just being there helps. Everything that helps.
Right. So would it have been some of the biggest keys doing it? Actually being able to keep it off.
I like to think that I'm always just 2 cheesecakes away from getting it back. So it's just you have to be steadfast. You have to be disciplined. So it's just it's I kind of can never stop now. To keep it off, I think it's just keeping up the routines. Even after you lose the weight, it's so easy to come back. Relapsing is always on the other side of one trip to the diner. So, but just keep up with your routines. If you found a program that works, just keep up with it. Stay disciplined. Despite how you feel, sometimes you just have to keep on going.
So what were some of the biggest obstacles you had to face on my personal level, so it could be something mentally, it could be something physically. Why do you think that in spite of all the tools being out there for everyone especially these days, so why do you think so many people still struggle on any of their health journeys?
I think a big thing is understanding our own bodies. I'm a very practical learner. Even if I take music or something like that, I could take a piece to be super duper nerdy, like a Chopin ballade or something, and you have to kind of understand why he wrote those pieces. What are the things that were going on in his personal life, and then you could relate to it. So for me, as regarding fitness, I kind of have to learn the science behind things so I can remain intentional. So what is a big mishap for people, and why I think a lot of people fall off, is they don't know the science behind their own bodies. They don't know how metabolism works. And then once they know the science behind it, they could be ever more, I guess, intentional.
In tune with their body and
exactly.
Intentional about every single input that's going in, right?
Exactly. For me, what was a big thing was understanding base metabolic rate, understanding okay, at my height, what is the base amount of calories that I need to survive.
Do you actually count calories or kind of do you find make eating too stressful?
At first I really did. Now it's a lot less because I don't really need to be
right. You understand
yeah,
more.
And I have a pretty locked in routine, so nothing's changing so much. But for me, it was understanding base metabolic rate, understanding okay, at my height, this is how many calories it needs just for me to survive. And then if I have that base number, now is just make sure that I'm in the negative. Law of thermodynamics, you can't lose weight unless you cut your calories, right. And then
burn
exercise
more
more.
Than you
exactly.
Actually intake.
Exactly. And then understanding, I remember it took me an uncomfortable amount of time to actually just figure out the questions. It took me I think 45 minutes to really come up with the question of just asking how many calories is in a pound of fat. It's 3,500. And I didn't really even know how to articulate it. And then once you find out those type of things, and understanding the science behind it, you could be a lot more intentional. So you could realize okay, I just worked out. And as anyone in the fitness industry, they know how tough it is to have a 2-hour workout. You look at your
as you were saying, prior to getting caught by the battery change.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's go back.
I think everyone that's in personal fitness, they definitely to understand how upsetting it is to do a grueling 2-hour workout, and you look at your calorie tracker and then oh, I just burned 500 calories. That's 1.5 donuts, and you could realize how upsetting and how quickly you could turn the scales.
Right.
So I think people that are in their own fitness journeys and their own weight loss journeys, you kind of have to understand the math behind it, and then understand how quickly you can turn by just having one night out or one donut or one cheat meal, and realize you're just leaving so much on the table.
Right. So
for me personally, it just took me understanding the science of it all, because I'm a practical learner.
Right. Got you. So was there a moment where everything just clicked and mindset wise, you just said to yourself I've come this far, so I can have essentially reach a point of no return, and at this point I owe it to myself to actually finish the job.
When you ask finishing the job, you mean starting the weight loss journey?
Yeah.
So
starting the weight loss journey, and then also reaching the point where you're at now, being super strong, staying shredded.
I'm not super
You
strong.
are. You are.
I'm not super
you
strong.
are.
No, there's monsters
He's
out there.
definitely like 500 pounds.
No, there are real monsters out there. I'm not. I'm just a music dork.
He's so humble. I told you guys.
Well, I think what you're describing is like the turnaround moment.
Yeah.
For me, I
moment
was
where like everything just like clicked, like I mean, like you just like you just like realize you can't like turn back now.
So there was like the rock bottom moment, like where I was like very very chunky, like very very like like the fat cats,
Right?
Like the chunky fat cat. I was like that for years, like, and it was just a point where like I was saying to myself I was going to do like micro adjustments, thinking like I was going to like do small changes where these small changes were going to eventually tip the scales, pun intended. And I was like
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, right. I was at one point I got like those those pre-made meals, and then they come in like a big crate, and then you put it in your freezer, and then you do that. But apparently they're loaded with sodium, so it just doesn't really do anything for you. And I would do like occasional walks around the block and stuff, but that was never.
It wasn't like enough of like a push, but then like also it wasn't actually like a full like mental commitment. Did you say?
Yeah, it was like micro adjustments where I was like doing like small little changes and thinking that was going to change everything, but it was like I was in a death spiral. So kind of you just have to commit to the fall and just let it like go, and then build yourself up from scratch and then do a hard reset. So that's how I took things, and like made drastic changes. Just the way how I was raised, you never throw out food and stuff. So it took like 3 weeks for me to get rid of all the food, like slowly, meaning eating it, like all the junk food, all the nonsense in my refrigerator. And then afterwards, joined Lifetime, Syosset and everything, and started trying to be very intentional. So it was never like a really, really like, just one day I'm going to wake up and be like, I think that's very seldom, like those type of instances.
It was like a gradual, getting like more like healthy habits like every day. Like,
yeah. It was like you see me every day at the gym and stuff. Like it didn't start off that way. Like like sometimes when I would go there at first, like those first couple of months when I was there were times where I would sit in the parking lot for like 2 hours, just trying to hype myself up. It's
so interesting.
Yeah, and there were times where you're playing the game with yourself, like, okay, what is going to be the easiest way for me to get into the gym? Do I dress at home, or do I dress in the car? Do I dress at the gym? And it's so many small little hurdles that you have to make until you could finally
even, thought about like it could come of the intent, like of the intent decisions go through like someone's mind, like who's actually struggling to get to the gym like every day.
Exactly.
Never even like thought about that.
Yeah, that's like an overlooked thing. Like some people say to themselves, like, hey, the hardest thing for me is just to drive there. Or some people say, oh, the hardest thing is for me to get from the parking lot inside.
What was the hardest thing for you?
I had so many, like all of them were hard for a while, like, and I would just constantly adjust. I would constantly do different things. Like for sometimes it was the hardest thing was putting on shoes. Sometimes the hardest thing was just starting the car to get there. Sometimes the hardest thing was to put on like the sweaters and stuff in order to start working out. So it was just constant adjustments.
So like I'm curious. So like being someone like so like dedicated, like, and so like down and like when it comes like it's like the piano, like why do you think it was like so like challenging, like it's like use that like same like mindset, like when it came like it's like working out and like going to the gym.
So relating to music, I think just how the way the brain works, it takes constant practice. Like you're not going to wake up one day or tomorrow and say I'm gonna play like a Mendelssohn concerto. That's not a thing. It takes months and months, if not years and years, in order to learn something progressively. So the same thing with fitness. You kind of have to stay with it at all times. So like I think, you know, the discipline that I learned in learning music kind of bled off into different areas of my life, and I think that's why, you know, raising children, I don't have children, but raising children
Same.
with you know, like an instrument or a sport or something, it teaches discipline and it teaches a work ethic. And that's why like a lot of companies love hiring like ex-athletes, because they know like, okay, this person's either one, a competitor, or two, they know the discipline it takes in order to win. So just like with music, like you kind of have to learn how to take something measure by measure, note by note, and then have enough patience with yourself to understand that you're not going to play it on stage tomorrow, but you have to constantly keep on showing up. Just like the gym, you have to keep on going every single day.
The deposits like they can like add up like over time.
Exactly. Like you're not gonna wake up one day and then start like, you know, squatting like 315. You know, like that's not a thing. If you do it, that means
like a natural like
yeah, there might be people like that, sure, but
there are some people some people like I guess don't understand like how like certain people like go to the gym like 2 times and like all of a sudden like this guy's like benching 300 pounds and like
yeah, those they're blessed with some.
It's
sort
rare.
Of, yeah. Like those.
I've seen it sometimes.
Yeah, they've been blessed, and it's wonderful, and more power to them. But for like normal people like us, it just
you have to work at it.
You have to work at it, and even like the people at the top, they still have to work. Yeah, so LeBron works. Yeah, Kobe worked. Exactly. Michael Jordan worked. Yeah, and then the people that didn't work, you know,
fell off.
Yeah, and it's a natural thing.
Yeah. So like, would you mind telling me like talking like all them listeners like about like a typical like meal like schedule like for you as well as like a typical like workout for you?
Like, meals.
Could help a lot of people.
Oh, sure, of course. Meals, I'm very, very bare bones. Like, I still go out every now and then, like, very, very rarely. But when I do go out...
Do you cook most of the time, though?
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Cook. But, yeah, a lot of people are upset with my cooking skills. Or they're just jealous.
Exactly.
But, so, when I look at food as, like, you know, the going out is just for occasions and stuff, and then that's, you know, all that type of stuff. But... for my everyday life, it's very, very bare bones. It's just chicken. It's just like, you know, Greek yogurt, you know, just basically covering my macros. And then everything else is like, if I were to eat something like, you know, that's based off an occasion or something. But it's just very, very bare bones. Black coffee, no sugar, nothing. Like, but as for workouts, I do 15 minutes. It's funny because everyone's been asking me the same exact question. First off, I think there are multiple roads to Rome. Like, you know, you could do there are plenty of different workouts. And as long as you stay diligent and you're not doing something like abhorrently incorrect or unsafe, right? You know, you can... You're going to get like... Yeah, you're going to get results. Yeah, as long as you're consistent and you're not doing something stupid, you're going to get something. So for me, I do like 15 minutes of stretching. I do afterwards like 3 warm-up sets of deadlifts, 135,
all the way up to 500.
But it's never like going like 12 reps or anything. But so 5 reps of 225, 3 reps of 315, 1 set of 405. If I'm feeling very, very strong for the day, I might go a little bit heavier, but I'm never going 100% effort. I'm always at the 60 or 70%. Like, you know, effort rate. So I'm never really like overexerting myself.
Right.
And
that's smart training.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm never really pushing myself. I'm never really like going to the point where I could risk getting injured. Afterwards, I do like maybe a muscle group for the day, back and biceps, chest and triceps, or leg and shoulders. And just
what do you do like as far as like those muscle groups go? Like, so like, what are you doing like more like accessory work like those things like or free weights like with those things?
I just jump around like the stretching, the deadlifts. I do that every single day, no matter what. And then between each set of those deadlifts, I do like calisthenics, like pull-ups or muscle-ups.
So
and
crazy.
There are trainers out there that are doing some like acrobatic stuff. So
well, like,
I'm not.
It's like
it's not impressive.
One of my former co-hosts, like, so like, are you familiar with RJ at the gym?
AJ.
No, RJ. He does like some like incredible like calisthenics stuff. So recently, recently he actually switched over like to Garden City more often. I think, but like he can do like some ridiculous things like when it comes to calisthenics.
Yeah, that's some guys are like very pound for pound strong, and it's wonderful to see. Like I hope I could be like them one day.
Yeah, like if I'm not like mistaken, like he's like 6'2", but like 145 pounds. He's like no fat like at all like on his body, and so like he could just do like some like incredible like body weight things.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that height's very difficult.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just my approach is just balance. Like I want to hit like multiple things.
That's smart.
Yeah, so a little bit of stretching, a little bit of deadlifts or traditional movements, calisthenics between it, then the muscle group for the day just for like, accessory work. Then do core, either like 200 sit-ups or something, and then finish off with like 100 calories on the bike and then go into the sauna.
Nice.
But it's just pretty balanced, I think. And I could do that twice a day, 6 days a week. And then, just like it's...
Sundays are rest days?
Thursdays are, yeah. But, yeah, just...
Sundays, for me, like, always like my designated rest day.
Yeah.
Sundays
are a great day, especially because it closes earlier
on
those days,
yeah.
But for me, it's just... I've done it so much at that point where my brain's on autopilot. It's at like 60 or 70% difficulty or, intensity. So it's never like going like super duper intense. And
has that like helps you like as far as like sticking with it, like do you think like so some people out there like who's like when like going like a health journey, like some people out there go like all out like every day, but like so often like a lot of those people like actually like fall off like too soon, so like could actually be like resulting like from like overdoing it, like and pushing too hard, would you say?
Yeah, most definitely. It's like just how we spoke before of like law of diminishing returns. It's like the same thing with practice. If you go so much, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna be injured. Like there's no point to do like a brutal workout that's gonna last 3 hours, and they're gonna be sore for 2 weeks. So you're not gonna want to show up. So I would say start so small, something sustainable, something that's like slightly pushing yourself, and then just keep on leveling up as you get stronger. So you could do something on an everyday basis or 6 days a week.
Love that. I'm curious though. So like, in this whole like current like day and age, like when it comes to like Ozempic and like all these like magic like weight loss pills and like I don't want to like come across I'm like judging anyone like who takes like who actually takes like that whole route, but like if someone out there like came to you and said to you like they want to like lose like a ton of weight but like do so like naturally, like like himself. So like this person like has like seemingly tried like everything out like in the past, and like nothing has ever like stuck for them. What are like some like simple like habits like me would like advise them like on as far as like getting started and like doing so like naturally, like especially in this world of like all those like quick fixes out there.
Well, first, I'm not a physician, so like I wouldn't give like medical advice.
Right.
I imagine that for some people, those drugs might be necessary, and like whatever adverse effects, it's worth it because it's like they might have to
being that heavy.
Yeah, being so heavy, it might actually the adverse effects is worth it. So for them, you know, I guess like contact your healthcare professional, you know, but yeah, it's just, but you know, just taking it down to like a bare bones and just pure thermodynamics, calorie deficit. Like if you eat less and you work out more, you're just naturally going to get smaller. There's no way around it. Yeah, like if you are, like we should call like somebody, like we should have to call like some physician, like not like physics people and like do some sort of study. But there's no way you can get around it. Just intake less calories. And funny enough, you saw that like Daily Mail like article,
I saw that.
And then they were like saying like, you know, man loses X amount without Ozempic, and
right,
and the comments, I try my best never to look at comments, but the comments were hilarious because
what were they saying?
Oh, they were saying like, oh man, didn't stop stuffing his face and worked out. Shocker, you know, like it's like it's not.
Comments are so ridiculous.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's funny, but it's just I like the idea of work ethic. I like the idea of discipline and those shortcuts. Like, you know, for some people it might be very, very necessary. And, you know, like, hence like the adverse effects might be like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it might be necessary for them. But for an everyday person, you know, like just working out, being active, changing out some habits in your life, I would say that is a lot better. And I think I
agree.
Yeah.
So like actually like two more questions like I'm ask you. So like first off, like so like I'm looking back like a few years ago, like so like did you like ever like possibly imagine like being like featured on like Men's Health magazine and like featured on like Lifetime magazine? So like what has that whole like experience like been like?
It's, well, overwhelming gratitude, because at the end of the day, like, I don't really consider myself like a super duper, like, you know, fitness influencer. I'm not by that any means. I'm just a music dork. So like to be considered like as some sort of like, you know, person to look up to in fitness is kind of like, you know, it's kind of outside my
shocking.
It's outside my range of expertise.
Uh-huh.
So it's like funny enough, like after the Today Show, like I had a bunch of people asking me for fitness advice, and like, well, you know, you have a zillion other people you can ask to, and I guarantee they're going to tell you, you know, with a level of education a lot better, and they're going to be able to explain it to you. So I understand to a certain extent that like with celebrity and, you know, like as public notoriety, people are going to go to you instead. But I would say go to a person that you are familiar with and they actually specialize in it, and they're going to give you a lot better advice. Did I see it coming? Not at all. I'm just a music dork. I would expect a Chopin question or a Liszt question and like, you know, practice and piano. I'm all for that. But it's just overwhelming, like, you know, gratitude that, you know, some people are asking me for advice.
That's awesome. So like my final question to you, like for this episode, I mean, like this has been like my fantastic episode, and like I'm like extremely grateful, like for us, like finally having this like set up and like finally making it all like work, like so like you're actually like I'm always gonna be welcome, like to come back on like many time. So like as for like my final question to you, so like if you could have like my conversation like with your younger self, so like like so like if you can impart like any wisdom, like advice, like or even like could be like giving like your younger self like a pat on the back, like telling like everything's gonna be like okay, like so like what would you say to your younger self?
Well, first off, thank you for having me, man. It's been wonderful.
Of course.
And like we've been speaking about this for months, and just like it's an honor to be here. Um, if I were to speak to my younger self, and I would go beyond that too, actually, I would say to many people in their own lanes, because like my field is just a niche within a niche within a niche. So it's just like most people think that it's like so, I guess, separate, but it applies to everyone. In my lane, it's kind of like you're practicing, you're practicing, you're practicing, and sometimes you might come up with a practice menu or like a formula of how to approach something, and you're kind of having doubts about yourself because you're saying to yourself, I'm going to do something for an X amount of time, and you kind of have to have faith with yourself that it's going to pay off in the end. So sometimes you might be with a coach and they might have a workout routine or a workout program. You kind of have to have faith in that coach that he's going to lead you home.
Right.
Or you might be saying, hey, I have a financial plan with saving or investments. Stick to the plan. Have faith with yourself. Have faith that it's going to bear fruit in the end. And just like, even though there's no, I guess, like, you know, concerts booked immediately, you still have to practice. You still have to put in the work, because in the end, it's all going somewhere. That energy is going towards something.
Foundation.
Exactly. So
building the foundation.
Exactly. It's like a lot of times people are, like you said before, like they are obsessed with instant gratification. They want to do one thing and then tomorrow they're going to bear rewards off of it. But in reality, it's like you are putting in the work and then a ways down the road.
For future.
Exactly. So
success.
Yeah, like for me, like I lost 100 pounds in a year. Only people took note of it 2 years later. So it's just like it's not going to happen immediately.
Exactly.
You're going to, and even after that time that you do it, between the doing it and bearing rewards off of it, you can still use that time to still hone it even further. Like if you learn a piece of music, it's not as if as soon as you're able to play it perfectly once, you say, okay, I'm going to play it on stage tomorrow. No, you still should take the time to still have that music and then hone it even further to 400% to perform it. So just take your time, have faith in the process, believe in yourself, have a great support system, community, and just keep going.
It's an amazing answer. Well, anyways, like, thank you so much for coming on today. This was like my fantastic episode. Wait, so like, do you want to tell my listeners that like how to find you and like how to like follow you? Oh,
so I on Instagram, Ludovic Zamor, Ludovic Zamor. I have a website. Do I keep it updated? Probably not. But things that are coming up, I'm doing the Seattle Symphony on June 20th. On March 19th, I am doing the Fremont Abbey. It's going to be a candlelit concert. It's going to be like, you know, surrounded and round, like they're putting the piano right in the middle. Wow. But after that, it's just it's working. That's awesome. All right. Well, like, anyways, follow Ludovic. So can I get it right this time? Yeah. So follow him, and like, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding. Catch you next time. Peace.